say I'm the Frugal Hugel gardener. I'm outside in front of my silver stripe bamboo. As you can see, it's growing nicely, and I have a bunch of bamboo growing. And we're in March now. This is the coldest month of the year, and it's the time of the year where your bamboo is supposed to be dormant. So I'm going to go ahead and separate and propagate and then pot some of my bamboo separations that I'm going to do and let the roots grow, and then go ahead and plant them in other areas around the property. So this is how you multiply your bamboo. All you need to do is buy one plant, give it about a year. These were planted in April. We're in March, and I have enough to separate. These were roughly about $55 each. They shipped them for $110 for a pair for two. So you can see it could be costly if you purchased a whole bunch. So I just purchased two of each, but if you purchase one, you could go ahead and let them grow. Then you could separate them like I'm going to show you here, and then go ahead and plant them around your property, and then you'll have bunches. Now, yesterday I went ahead and separated the sea breeze because it's a hedge. It's good privacy and good shade, really full. You'll see that in the video that's posted. This one here now, these get about the same height as those, 30, 35 foot. But the bamboo grows straight. It doesn't have all the privacy and shade leaves on it. So it's a good bamboo to let get about 1.5 to 2 inches thick. It's a thick wall, so it's real strong. And what I'm going to do with these, and what I've done in the past, is you cut them down, and when they get thick enough, and you prop up and support your banana plants. So that's why I'm growing these around the property. So I want some more clumps around, so I always have bamboo. But, the other ones were for shade. So let me get going on this. So the first thing I want to do is clean up the bottom a little bit so I can see down under there, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so the first thing I did is I weed-eat it around the plant. I haven't went ahead and did my spring grass cutting yet because of all the blossoms on the clovers and so forth. I want the pollinators to get them. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So, but here I cleaned it up, and you can see the bamboo stalks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to remove a number of them on this side and still leave a bunch to grow in this clump. So yesterday I was using my tree trimming blade. I'm going to try this blade today and see what happens. Okay, so I just want to say I planted all my plants around the whole property in good loomy compost, so there's no rocks or anything that the blade's going to hit. It's nice and soft. So I could dig under it if I want, but there's no need to. You could just take the blade, a long blade, look for the bottom of the bamboo, and just go ahead and go down. Cut that way. Cut that way. Cut that way. And probably this way. Okay, that felt like I got it, or a little bit of it. These might be more deep rooted than the ones yesterday. So I'll go ahead and peel a little bit, dig up a little bit just to see what's under there. But I did feel it cut. Okay, it's not pulling straight out, so I probably got a little bit more to cut in there. I don't know where, but I'm going to try to find it. I think that might have been it. Might be a little bit more down there somewhere. Okay, I think that's it. Oops. Gotta love getting dirt in your boots. Okay, so that's the thick part right there I cut through without seeing it. And there's some roots on it. So this one here will grow. It is definitely deeper. These are definitely deeper down than the sea breeze. And it rained out, so everything's all wet. Okay, let's see how these go. I'm going to try to get these two at one time. There's two here and two there, so let me see if I can get these right here. Okay, although this is working, I'm going to switch it out and put this blade back on to see if there's a difference. Okay, it's smoking again. Either the motor or the carbon brushes are bad on this, so I'm getting a new one. It'll be here tomorrow, I hope. Okay, so it looks like I messed up on that one. And that I just got a little, so I messed up. And now I see why. They really go down on an angle. So I'm gonna have to clean these up good. Okay, so I'm in front of these silver stripe bamboo. I cleaned it all up over here at my weed eater. Now I'm going to go ahead and separate them, but they're down deeper than the sea breeze was. So give me a while. I'm going to have to go down and dig under it. Okay, so as you can see, I dug a half moon. I'm down deeper. Now I can see what all this looks like. And right down in here, I'm gonna go back and try to find the bottom, like right here. This is where I cut off, but here's all the roots. So I could cut off that little ball, the clump, and those roots, the bamboo will grow out of it. So I'm gonna do that. So by doing that, I still want to get in here and cut this out. So okay, it feels like I went ahead, yep, and I got through that way. Now I want to come around this side. Okay, you can see this is smoking, so I'm going to let this cool for a second, and I'm going to go get that chopper that I do my banana plants with, and I want to see if I could chop it out with that easier than with this. This one's on its way out. I'm going to try to open this up and replace the carbon brushes, but I have a new one, more powerful, that will be here tomorrow. So let me let this cool down. I already got this mostly out, just a little bit more to go. These two I'm going to remove, and that clump that I cut off on the other one will come out, and I should be able to grow from that clump. So let me go get my chopper and I'll be back. Okay, so I got my chopper that I removed my banana plants with, and I got my mallet. Let's see if this works easier. Okay, so I'm going to remove that. Let me get this in there. Okay, so it chopped it and removed it, but that was not a fair test because I had some of it cut. But let's see what I got out. Okay, so you can see I got a bunch off there. There's the other cut, and there's the other cut. Now I'll just have to separate these like that. Okay, here's one. You can see where I cut it. I got roots. Okay, here's this one. I got roots. And you can see where it's shooting out that way. Okay, so this right here, let me move this. I'm gonna wash this off, but you see this right here? Right here? Okay, when I cut this off, when I cut that one bamboo off, it went that way, and I missed the roots. But here's the roots right here coming out, so if I cut this, a new bamboo is going to grow. Okay, so this is a good separation. But somewhere down in here, I think that's it right there. That's the other one. Okay, here's a little one coming out right here, so I don't want to interrupt that one. Whoop! Look at all those red ants coming out. I gotta be careful because they come in this way, but they were down inside that rod-in one. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this area up, remove these, and try to get these because that other clump is right there. So I'm gonna shut off the video. This is gonna take me a little while. Okay, so it looks like I gotta cut it there and there. I'm going to try to do all that with the chopper this time. Okay, this one came out really nice right here. I got a little more to go with this one. Okay, this is the toughest one I've done yet. Okay, this is where I cut that one off there. This would have been attached to it. So I could plant this like this, and it's going to shoot out new growth. Here's the remainder of the root. I'll try planting that and see if anything shoots out. Sorry about that, but it's taking longer. But you can see this root right here. Look at that. It's all the way up. Big solid piece. This one's tucked down under it. Right down in there. I'm going to cut that with the Sawzall. Oop, I think I got it. Okay. Whew, I'm sweating and it's cold out. This one whipped my butt because you can see it goes down and under. If I would have cut it there, I would have cut off the roots, but I seen it was tucked under and I got the root shaft off right there. So this is a good separation. And I can see right here, this right here is a big solid clump. So I'm gonna leave that big clump and I'm gonna start with these over there. Okay, I'm all sweaty, but I can say with certainty the sea breeze was easier to cut and easier to separate. This is like a big solid clump down there. I like using the chopper I have. It's doing good, and I didn't sharpen it. I'm just using it like it is. So I'm gonna get in here and try to remove as much dirt as I could to see if it comes out and away from that big clump. Okay. So as you can see, I removed this whole big clump off of that in there. They're in here really tight, and I think I would have did damage trying to take those off one by one. So now that this is off, what I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I got 5 bamboos out of one clump, and that's a solid clump. It whooped me, no doubt. So I'm gonna go bring this to the hose and hose this off and see if I could dissect it like I do the banana corms when they're clumped together like this. But first, I want to see what we got. You can see I cut here. Look at that. It's big. Look at that. From up here down to there, real big. And then over here, this is one big solid clump. Whoo, really tough. This is a new shoot coming up. I'm just gonna let that grow. And I'm gonna leave the rest of this clump intact. Mainly because it whipped my ass. So I'm gonna push all this back in there. There's no way I could get any more off of here. Possibly the other side. Let me fill this in and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I went ahead and filled in the hole with compost, packed it all down. You can see how big and round it was. Now there's a little clump. Where's this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's probably 15 on there. And over here, I separated 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's enough. Let's go ahead and clean that one clump off and see if I can separate it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pot them because I'm whooped. Okay, so first things first, I want to cut these off. Okay, so those are cut off, and when I cut them off just above the node. You notice that? You don't want to cut it in between the node. Too much water will go in, so you want to cut it right there. So here's one. Here's that one with the little root. I'll cut that better. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I have those 2 balls, root balls. So this one, I want to separate these. So I'll just play with them like that. Okay, that's separated. This one's connected to that, so I got to cut that right there. Okay, I got the full root ball right there. And this one, this is connected to that, so I got to cut that up. Okay, so I got to cut those two. So let me get my Sawzall and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to cut these right there in the center. With that big root ball together, if you can't see in there, you know, I probably would have cut one off wrong, so I did the right choice by looking for a clump and taking that whole clump out. So let's go ahead and cut these. Okay, so I'm just going to look for the center right here and cut it. Okay, there it is. I cut it. Got roots on both sides. I'm going to try to do the same thing with this. Try to cut it right here. Okay, there it is. I separated those two. So you always got to think out the situation. And I made the right move. You see where that came off like that? Silver stripe is a lot harder to separate than sea breeze, no doubt, but it's going to be worth it. So now I have 12 sections, including these. Now I'm going to plant these roots and see if there's enough there for that to grow. Now this one, there's enough. I got the roots and I got that section right there. I'm pretty sure this one's gonna grow. This one's a little iffy. And this one right here. You never know. It could be like a banana plant. This would grow. But I'm gonna try. I'll put these in 3 pots and just see what happens. Okay, so do the math. $55 times 12. That, make it easy. 55 times 10. That's how much I just saved in buying new plants. With the sea breeze yesterday, those are good for hedgerows. So I have enough to do a 150-foot hedgerow. And then I got another clump I'm going to separate more to do another 100-foot hedgerow. Now these, I'm going to plant these in 10 or 12 different areas on the property. They're going to clump up round, and I'm going to wait for these to grow. Once these grow tall, and once these get real thick, you see the center, it's a small hole. They're going to get nice and round. These are solid. They're going to be perfect for supporting banana plants like that. So I have 10 batches or more, and I could go to those. Each batch will have like 20 or 30 a year, so I could cut a few off of each 10 batch, have about 100 pieces of bamboo per year that I could use on my banana plants. Remember, 2 of these can only hold up 1 banana plant, so you need 100 to hold up 50 or support 50 banana plants. Okay, so with that said, I gotta go ahead and fill up some pots and plant these. Okay, so I got some pots. I'm in front of my horse manure pile. I got my cuttings. I'm gonna go ahead and put some manure in there, put the bamboo in there, put them on the pallet, water them, and put them away so the roots can start growing, and then I can plant them in the spring. Okay, so planting them is real easy. Just get yourself a pot, put the manure in them, and then this goes in there like that. Put some on the bottom. That's it, just like that. Okay. So let me go ahead and finish these and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I went ahead and finished potting them all up. They look good. And in these smaller pots, I put those roots. So hopefully those roots, where the top part got cut off and I just had the root, hopefully they take. And then these are potted up. So now I'm going to go ahead and water them and then leave them, and hopefully within another month or 2 or 3 I'll have a bunch of roots and I'll start repotting. Okay, so hey, if you liked my video, give me a like, give me a share, come on over to my Facebook page, come on over to my Facebook group, subscribe to my channel, and you'll see all the progress all the way up until planting and to growing and everything else I got going on around here. Talk to you soon.